mistake, this is actually, you know what, that's a perfect question. Everyone in this room, your level, biggest mistake is you think that, like, right now is everything, and I've got to be so hyper-focused all the time because now flow wrestling's big, and you got the Bo Bassett's and the Jack Forrest. Nothing against it's amazing. But you get all these people, and so you think you have to do that, and there's this one way to become the best, and you force yourself to train or to compete when you're really not excited to do it, you're not motivated to do it, and then you burn yourself out. Okay? Now, we're not saying don't go hard, but follow your heart. Okay? If your heart's not there yet, don't try to force it. Because if your heart's not in the competition, and you're doing it just because that's what you're supposed to do, and you don't really want to be there, someday you're gonna crack. You're gonna get into high school, you're gonna get buddies with other hobbies, you're gonna go like, this sport stinks. But I think we can all agree, unless you enjoy the discomfort, the challenge of wrestling, like the practicing, it's hard, it stinks. If you enjoy the challenge and the discomfort, it's awesome. But if you don't enjoy that, it stinks. Don't run yourself into the ground. Right along with that, cut weight. Just because everybody else around you is cutting a bunch of weight, you don't have to cut a bunch of weight. Okay? There's, weight management, that's a natural thing in wrestling. But there's like cutting weight. I mean, I can't tell you how many really good wrestlers that I grew up with that beat me all the way up until college. And even beat me in college, and then one day they just done, quit the team. You're broke. You're like, I can't do this anymore. And was it because they weren't having success anymore, or were they not having success anymore because they were starting to get emotionally fatigued? Live life, right, in a good, healthy way. Do this stuff, but also go on vacations, have other hobbies, do fun, be a complete person. I know that's kind of a philosophical answer, but I see so many athletes that run themselves into the ground in this sport because they're chasing something that's not even in their heart. They're just doing it because it's what everyone else does. This is not a sport that's more than this is a sport that's individual, right? You're wrestling one other person, and ultimately, there's no team to rely on. You can't even rely on coach with your arm. You can only rely on you. So you've got to be on your own journey. You've got to be on your own path. And when you are in Diego, when you are around,